Resident Evil was about zombies, zombies, and more zombies.
Slick-looking military guys and gals who show up to this creepy house, and the first thing they do is split up.
For years, I wondered what it would be like if you gave Color Me Bad a bunch of handguns and sent them into a mansion with zombies, and Resident Evil delivered on that fantasy for me.
I think it starts out you're investigating some mysterious deaths, and when you show up at this mansion, all hell breaks loose.
Same basic rules apply in this game as in zombie movies. Don't wander off alone.
Barry, where's Barry?
Let's search for him separately.
Wesker, Jill, Enrico.
Let's separate again.
If you hear a strange noise, go away from it, not towards it.
What is that?
I'll go and check.
Now it's Wesker's time to disappear.
Have someone walk in front of you.
Let me take care of this.
Let's separate again.
I love zombies. I love seeing zombies on video games. I think Resident Evil set the zombie rights movement back at least 20 years. Just reinforces negative stereotypes, eating people, designing brains, working in meth labs. The whole place was a giant meth mansion.
Resident Evil was the best game ever because all the different crazy creatures you get to kill along the way.
There's a giant snake, there's mutated sharks, there's all those dogs, which are really fun to shoot.
You got enough going on. You got zombie dogs coming this way. You got zombie men coming this way. I mean, you gotta keep your cool. If you lose your cool, man, game over.
Well, I'm really good at killing mutated dogs because I never really liked dogs. I used to go to my friend's house and he had a dog and it would always jump on top of me and like hump my leg and I thought it was really disgusting. So that's why I really like playing Resident Evil because I get to kill all the dogs.
The thing that you can't forget about Resident Evil is that it's a Japanese game, and the original game was Biohazard. You know, the Japanese have been long into the theory of evil corporations and environmental destruction.
Did they really mean to clone zombies? Maybe they meant to clone people, but it just didn't work out, and they kind of slacked off at the end. I mean, the guy's got, you know, an arm fall now, and all he wants is brains, but hey, it's 5 o'clock, I gotta go home.
Resident Evil is, it's not afraid to be a little bit goofy.
Jill! Don't scare me.
That's what I was going to say. And the characters aren't, you know, they're not that serious. You can laugh at them, but not in a bad way.
I'm all about the Barry Burton. I like the Kurosawa influence, the red beard.
I think I'd probably, if I were trapped in a room with giant tarantulas, I think I'd want to have Rebecca by my side and not Jill.
Whoa! What is it?
What? Oh! Oh no!
Oh! Oh no! And of course you maced him. I mean, he looked like a rapist.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
You must be from the Bravo team.
Yes, I'm Rebecca. Rebecca Chambers. I'm a newcomer. I just joined the Stars Bravo team last month. Well, I'm really sorry. Are you all right?
Yes. I'm Chris Redfield.
Chris Redfield looks like a young Vanilla Ice. Kind of if Vanilla Ice and Ben Affleck had a party, and then they had a baby after the party.
Chris was definitely a dead ringer for Vanilla Ice. Yeah, and he has the jaw. He has that intimidating jaw. It's just a shame he has to open his mouth.
Jill, run for that house!
Jill Valentine.
Yeah, she's very powerful, but there's like a lot going on over there. You know, you can tell she's been through a lot.
You know, finding out that Wesker was behind it all, and he was just a pawn of the Umbrella Corporation, man.
The guy wearing the sunglasses is usually the villain. So you don't know. So if he has an eye patch, he's definitely the villain. But if he's gonna be your friend and then turn on you, he's gotta be wearing sunglasses.
Nobody trusts the guy wearing sunglasses. That's the reason he had sunglasses on.
I don't know. I remember when I went to LA, I went out to this bar and this guy started hitting on me and he was wearing sunglasses, like in a bar at night. And I was like, no way.
I would never work for a company like Umbrella. And Wesker, you were formerly with Umbrella.
What do you mean?
Since when have you been an Umbrella agent? And a traitor to the stars.
The acting, the voice acting in Resident Evil is very stiff, and this is part of its charm. Richard, what happened?
Oh,
Jill, this house is dangerous. There are terrible demons. Ouch!
The game did have some good voice acting, though. I think they really hired talent.
The talent in that almost made me forget that, you know, German's their first language. They're that good.
Barry, where's the rocket launcher? Barry, Barry, Barry?
No! Don't go!
It's one of the few games I've ever played where I'm sitting on the floor in front of the TV and something makes me jump. There are a lot of scary games out there, games that pretend to be scary, but Resident Evil is one of the few that you actually jump as if you would, you know, watching a good horror film.
This game was kind of ahead of Hollywood at the time. There weren't any real good zombie movies in the 90s, but now you're seeing them pop up all over the place. But this was definitely, you know, ahead of its time. The zombie genre was dead until Resident Evil came.
But it also kind of taught you to remember the layout of a virtual space, which I think is completely underrated.
This mansion is gigantic. We could get into trouble if we get lost.
And it wasn't a matter of just, okay, I cleared that level, now it doesn't exist and I'm into the new thing. You really had to use a space.
Okay, I'll try the door on the opposite side.
And it did a great service for, you know, games that would come as games have gotten bigger. We have huge environments to deal with, and if you don't have those skills to be able to move from one place to the next, you know, in a non-linear game, you can really, really get messed up. So, thank you, Resident Evil.
Watch out! It's a monster!